So it's Girl Scout cookie season here in the United States. And if you're like me, you have a few of these boxes laying around. Hi, this is Denise with PaperKraftD, and welcome to Trash to Treasure Tuesdays. Every Tuesday, I'm going to share with you ideas on how to repurpose items that most people would traditionally consider trash. These projects can be used in junk journals, planners, scrapbooks, or any multimedia project. Today we're going to repurpose Girl Scout cookie boxes and make little traveler's notebook inserts. So here's what you'll need. You're going to need some cookie boxes, just some paper to fill this with, any kind of Girl Scout paraphernalia that you might have. If you have, like I do, still your old booklets from your daughters. This is a Daisy book from my daughter. She is now 16 years old and an ambassador. And I'm not sure she ever even used this, but it has some fun graphics, and you could take some pages, cannibalize it and take some pages out of there and put it in this. If you have any other, books that you want to include, this is a old Outdoor Educating in Girl Scouts. It has some fun graphics in here, and I don't even know what all this is. This is from like the 1980s. And even like some books like this that are kind of fun, like little golden books with birds and stuff. This size would be really nice for this. Some ribbon. If you don't have any, and it needs to be like a wide ribbon. If you don't have any wide ribbon like that, even, like some strips of fabric. This is, I think, from an old sheet. Would be great. The other thing you might want to have, not necessary, but if you have any scrapbook paper that might coordinate with these. I have been saving this, hoarding this in my stash for I don't know how many years. So I have this stash of Girl Scout and also Boy Scout, because I have a Boy Scout as well, scrapbook paper that if I don't use this now, I'm never going to use it. So might as well use it in fun projects like this. And I even have some. I think these were from like a K and Company kit that came with a scrapbook, and I don't know, just some little stickers and various things. So those are all ideas. You're going to need a glue of your choice for this, and possibly sewing machine. You're going to need a method for binding this. You can use a long arm stapler like this, or you can use a needle, and it's a thick button and carpet thread, but a lot of different kinds of threads would be good for this. The other thing that you might want to add is some sort of ink, or even like a Sharpie marker to go around the edges of the pages, but completely optional, not necessary. Other things that might be helpful in this project is a ruler, a pair of scissors, and a cutting mat like this with lines, a paper trimmer, something to poke holes. I like this pokey tool by Tim Holtz, but lots of different things that would work. And then if you have some washi tape or different, any kind of tape really would work. Even athletic tape would work. You also might want a corner rounder. Okay, so the first thing you want to do, and I already flattened this box, but you want to deconstruct your Girl Scout cookie box. think I want to line this one with this paper. So I thought this, I thought this pink ribbon would be really pretty in it. And all I'm going to do is I'm going to, let's see, I better mark which side. So this is going to go like this. The ribbon's going to go there. So I'm going to go ahead and mark that, so just so I don't accidentally, you know, mess that up. Okay, so the side opposite of where the mark is, I'm going to use a corner rounder, 1/4 inch on each of these corners. This is completely optional, not necessary at all, but I just like the look. I think it gives it kind of a nice finished edge. And this, and then I'm going to add some walnut distress ink. This is okay, so now I'm going to work this direction just because it's a little easier for me. I'm going to go ahead and add just a little bit of glue here. If you have a skewer like this, sometimes that's helpful to find the right, you know, a gap that's even all along. But if you don't have something like that, you can just use a mat. Like if you have a mat like this, a cutting mat, that's really helpful to kind of keep everything, you know, lined up. And I'm just going to take this ribbon and lay it over the top. I want to kind of get it even on both sides. So I'm going to, you know, make sure that it kind of gets even-ish. All right, that's pretty good. And then I'm going to burnish that down. There we go. And cut it. All right, so I have the ribbon on there. On this, this is the paper I'm going to use to line this. I need to cut this at 6.5 by 4. Okay. Okay, so I'm going to take this and I'm going to just line it up along the bottom here. Now it's looking pretty good. Make sure I don't have any overhang. I think I like about the glue stick is that it's really easy to kind of move things around while it's still wet. Okay, and I'm just going to burnish that down really well. I'm going to do the same thing to the other side over here. Okay, so now that this is assembled, I'm just going to go ahead and use the edge of this just as a guide for cutting. And then I'm just going to corner round with a 1/4 inch corner rounder, the 4 edges. So for these edges here, if you want to use a little bit of Fabri-Tac, you can go ahead and use a little teeny bit of Fabri-Tac just to keep those edges from fraying. You can use Fabri-Tac. They have, you know, actually they have like fray stop. They have different kinds of things that you can put on the edges just to keep them from fraying. I don't mind the fraying that much, but you know, I'll just demonstrate how to do that in case it is something that bothers you. Okay, I'm just going to go ahead and you can continue just like this, which would look great, but I think I'm going to go ahead and sew around the edges on this. And before I do that, I want to edge the interior pages as well. Okay, so that's what I've got so far for the cover. I think that's super cute. So now I'm just going to take some paper, put them inside of here. I'm going to take this notebook apart. This one, you can see, I'm just going to the center signature here. You can see where this is stitched together. So I'm just going to take my straight edge like this, and this is just something I got at Daiso for $1.50. And I'm just going to cut these little strings. Okay, and then once those are cut like that, this paper should come out super easy. Let's do this at 4. There we go. And you could do that with the trimmer, but I'm good just doing it like that. Let's see, we've got this, and I'm going to score this at, or fold it at, let's see, about 3.5. That'll get that on that side. There we go. Do it right where the if found is. There we go. All right, I can cut that later. Okay. Let's see. I'm just going to take some of this paper, kind of start adding it in. Do I want to put this one first? Yeah, that would be cute right there. And I'm just going to put that like this. That'll open up as a little pocket there. Let's see, do I want to add, I don't know, maybe something from my bird book. I'm using washi tape that's kind of has a design on it, but it's not necessary. Use any kind of tape that you have. All right, again, I'm going to line this up so that it's even on here. Okay. Okay. I think that's really pretty. I'm gonna add that as part of that signature right in there. It has a little peekaboo of this pink, so that you kind of see that there. Okay. And don't worry that this is overhanging at this point. Not a big deal. All right. I think for this one, that's all I'm gonna do. I don't want this to be, you know, a super thick book. All right, so the easiest way to close a little booklet like this would be to take, just go in the center here and then open up your long arm stapler and just, you know, staple down in the middle and do it in 3 points. When I do that, you can do it on top of a book. I personally like using a little piece of foam core like this. If you don't, you're gonna get, you know, staples into your surface, and then you turn it over and you close the little backs. You know, I usually use this. You can use whatever knife or whatever you want. For this one, I'm actually going to use I'm going to use needle and thread and sew in the signature. So I'm going to do 2.5 lengths of this. 1, 2, and then 3. I'm going to cut that right there, and then I'll just put the thread through a needle. I don't always measure. A lot of times I just kind of eyeball it, but today I will measure it. I'm going to do the center point. Just put a little mark there, and then I'm going to go 1/2 inch in on each side. Okay. And then make sure I have everything straight the way I want it. And poke a hole straight through like that. And then I'm going to poke the hole there. And then I'll poke the last hole in here. And it really helps to have it kind of closed almost when you're doing this. And then I'm just going to do a basic pamphlet stitch. Start inside, go through the middle, go back out through the top. It's hard to see on fabric where you've come out. It might be helpful to actually use so the 1/2 inch points like right there. So it's probably about right there. Yeah, that's pretty much it. And if I can't go through all of them at once, I just find the hole on the individual ones and I do it that way. All right, and then I pull that through, turn it around, pull that tight, and go back through this middle hole right here. I'm going to go through the paper first, and then I'll do the, then I'll go back through the okay, and I make sure that this is not, hasn't split the string. Then I'm going to go through the fabric. There we go. Normally I would just go through out all the layers, but since I'm using fabric as the binding right here, I'm doing it a little bit differently. All right, so this is more or less right here. And then, again, I could only go through that many. That's fine. Just go through the ones I can find. There we go. All right, and then I'm gonna go through the bottom of that. There we go. All right, so that's all in there. I cut the strings so they don't hang down below. And then I'm gonna take my trimmer, and then I'm just gonna lift this and start it in the middle and go back and forth just a number of times without adding a lot of pressure to that. Keep doing that. You can also use your scissors on this if you prefer. There we go. And then I'm going to go through and the corners that are long enough, I'm going to round with this 1/4 inch corner rounder. Okay, so that is what I ended up with. You know, I can add cute little stickers if I want. I kept this piece because I'm just going to go ahead and ink up the sides here. And I'm just going to take, and I'm going to fold these two little things back, and I'm going to add some glue. All right, I mean, you could cover this back, but I like the craft, so I'm fine with that the way it is. I'm just going to add this to the back cover. That makes a cute little belly band. Just gonna add a clip here just to keep it in place while it's drying. All right, so here's what we came up with. I also have a couple more. This is the one that I actually made in this demo. And you can make these as simple or as complicated as you'd like. You can use them as standalone little notebooks, or you can use them as inserts for your traveler's notebooks. Now remember, each of these is slightly different size. So you're going to have to measure, you know, each one individually and, you know, cut the paper accordingly and all that good stuff. But however, none of them are wider than 4 1/4 or taller than 8 1/2. So they should all fit in a standard size traveler's notebook. Okay, but you don't have to use them in that. They're really handy just as they are, and just super fun and quick and cute, and would make really wonderful gifts. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and flip through the ones that I have here. This is the one we made in the demo, so I'll just go through it really quickly. And this is a little envelope. You can put stuff in there. We have this little bird picture, and there's just a bunch of, this one we kept super simple, just a bunch of papers in there, both graph and lined. Here's another bird. I added this little we're having so much fun with a little paper clip on it. Thought that was super cute. Again, another pocket here. And then we have this belly band, and we made a little notebook to go in there using the receipts, the M3 receipts. And that just slips in there like that. Okay, this one I used pink stitching. I didn't like the pink stitching as much, so I made another one with some, I think I used brown stitching on this. I had a little sticker on the front. I used some different paper in the interior on this one. And this is one from the outside, Girl Scout Outside book. This one I incorporated the M3 receipt right into the book itself. I thought it turned out super cute. Just some little different sizes of paper, which is always handy. The bird paper, envelope, M3 receipt, and this one's a little bit, you know, a little bit more detailed, more junk journal style with different sizes paper, and it says it's great to be a girl. I made a little like corner pocket tuck thingy. So I kept mine fairly simple, but you could embellish it more if you'd like. Just some of the scrapbook paper that I had included. The other side of that M3 receipt. And a little pocket. I just added a little piece of paper there. And this is the other side of that rope tying thing. I thought that was super cute. Okay, and then I have this little do-si-do. This one I used a lot of coffee dye papers in it. I just thought it was really cute and added a little sticker inside a book plate. I did that really simply. I just glued I put the sticker on some chipboard, and then I glued that to the back of this metal piece, and then I just taped the whole thing down after I put some little brads in there. And you can see I also used a little bit of paint to distress that a little bit. And then there's the interior. I used this Girl Scout paper, which I thought was super cute. And I like the colors of those together. I've got this is also from that Girl Scout book. And then I have all this tea-dyed paper, which I think is super cute in this envelope. And this is from a previous year. I like this little girl with the compass, super cute. Again, and just a bunch of tea-dyed papers. Add a little quote, experiment, explore, and learn. and these little tab pages. Another one of those little side pocket things. This was just the part I cut off of the envelope here, and I just added some strips of paper to it. You could embellish it more if you want. And the other half of that pocket. I think that one turned out really cute. I really like that one. I've got this Samoa's one, and again I added a little sticker in a book plate. I really love the colors on this one. I like the way the blue picks up the blue here. This little blue jay. And then I've got this M3 receipt. This was a page out of my daughter's old Daisy book, Friends Autographs, which that was cute. Again, just some paper, an envelope, M3 receipt with some different layers of paper. My troop, the other half of that envelope. Super cute paper. And then the bird thing, and then I added this other part of the cutoff from one of the other envelopes just to the side here, and I made a little side tuck for a tag, which I embellished with a sticker and a little silk flower, which I thought was super cute. And that just slides in there like that. And that's the back of that one. Really like the way that one turned out. All right, so I have two tag-alongs. These are my son's favorite. One I used a book plate on, and the other I just added a little sticker to the front. I'll do this one first. This one has some really pretty blue or yellow paper in there. M3 receipt. Again, this is the other piece from my daughter's Daisy book. Just some various papers. That envelope. I just added a little piece of scrapbook paper in here. Just thought it added something with some different sizes of paper. And then, let's see, I have this other envelope here. This is filled with courage. The little paper clip. And then I just did a little flip up on that. Okay, and then the last one that I have, I again used the little book plate. This was silver, and I just added some paint over the top. You don't have to stitch around these, but I just liked it that way. A little M3 receipt. I just put two of these together using some washi tape. Again, some paper from my daughter's Daisy book. There's another piece of it. An envelope. There's some of that outdoors book from the Girl Scouts. Some scrapbook paper. The other part of that scrapbook paper. Little tuck spot there. And then I added, let's see. I just clipped this little piece of scrapbook paper there, and I use that as kind of a tuck spot here with the quote in there. And again, another little side pocket tuck, and you can embellish or not, whatever little tag you put in there. All right, so I've got all of these that I made. So I've been troop cookie manager for one or both of my daughter's Girl Scout troops for the last 10 to 12 years. And I just thought it'd be really fun to make some little traveler's notebooks to give as gifts to our troop leader and co-leader, and any other, you know, service unit people that are volunteers. I just thought it would be a lot of fun to kind of have something that would be really useful for them. So, and be a reminder of, you know, all they do for Girl Scouts. So if you're like me and you have a few of these lying around, you know, you might want to go ahead and make something out of these too. The graphics on these are really, really cute. They're always a lot of fun, and you know, it's a good cause. It's a good nonprofit cause. And these would be really cute, again, as gifts, or just, you know, for taking notes for yourself, putting in your traveler's notebook, or just, you know, it's a great little size just to put in your purse. You know, really nice. So I want to thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. Which is your favorite? Both in terms of Girl Scout cookies and in terms of the little booklets that I made. If you have any, do you think you're going to make some? Leave me a comment, let me know. Also, if you like this kind of content and you want to see more of it in the future, please subscribe to my channel. Again, this is Denise with PaperKraftD, and craft on.